So I recently did a video on 5 reasons why you should be an Army pilot. So this will be a video on 5 reasons why you should not be an Army helicopter pilot. Believe it or not everything in the Army is all sunsets and rainbows. There are some disadvantages, there are some drawbacks, there are some other things to consider that may not be in your favor, and I'm going to tell you all of them and what they are now. Things that you might want to consider before making the decision, or if you're thinking about it, deciding to be an Army aviator. So reason number 1 is the 10-year ADSO. ADSO stands for Additional Service Duty Obligation, right? So the Army for the longest time had a 6-year ADSO, meaning if the Army sent you to flight school, you would owe the Army in return 6 years. Recently, the Army's been losing a lot of pilots to the airlines because that pay is so good. I think I read a couple days ago that UPS pilots are making $208,000 minimum in year 2. Anyway, the Army's losing a lot of its pilots to the airlines because at the end of the day, people want to take care of their families, and that's really your earning potential allows you to do that really good or very good. So if you want to leave the Army to go make $200,000, I get that. So what does the Army do when it's bleeding away pilots? It says, you know what? We're going to make you guys sign for 10 years now instead of 2. I don't think this is a right solution to the pilot retention problem, but okay. In my opinion, they're going to lose more pilots interested in joining than keeping the ones they already have. So it's just a problem that's going to manifest itself here in a few years, and then it's going to be even worse than it is now. Number 2, commissioned officers do not fly as much as they do in other branches. In Army aviation, once you reach the rank of captain, you'll start to see your flight time significantly reduce, and that's because your responsibilities of doing other things start to significantly increase. So seeing a major fly often is rare, seeing a lieutenant colonel fly is even more rare, and seeing a full bird colonel fly is basically never. Whereas in the Air Force or the Navy, we can see the longevity manifest itself because we can see the 04s, 05s, and 06s consistently flying, and I would probably have to pay $1 million to see a full bird colonel in the Army fly. I've seen it happen one time. Once. Reason number 3 is the pay. So you're going to join the military and you've got to be happy being in the military. If you're really after the money, you're going to be unhappy when you see people doing the same exact thing you're doing, making 3 or 4 times your salary on the civilian side. When you start out as a second lieutenant at Fort Rucker flying Army helicopters, your pay will be $53,928 a year. This is including BAH, or your housing allowance. But airline pilots at the regionals typically start at about $81,000 a year. Now, even recently jumping up to, I think the highest paid regional first year salary is $101,000 a year. So you'll consistently be looking at your counterparts doubling, tripling, sometimes quadrupling your pay. So definitely something to think about. If you're looking for increasing your earning potential significantly, the military definitely is not the way to do it. You would have to really be happy just flying military aircraft with the 10-year service obligation. Reason number 4 why you should not be an Army helicopter pilot is flight school is mentally exhausting. I honestly can't put into words what that year and a half is like. It's not a fun time. It's not a good time. You're there and from day 1 that you're there, you're ready to be done. From day 1, you're ready to graduate. I lied, maybe not day 1, maybe day 30. And then you're like, wow, I'm over this place. Having gone to college, I've kind of expected flight school to be similar to a college academic learning environment, but it was definitely not what I expected. It was easily 4 or 5 times more difficult and time consuming than college was. You somehow have to figure out managing your life if you have a personal life, if you have a family, with your academics, with flying the aircraft, with memorization, with everything, and there's literally not enough hours in the day for you to figure out all of these things that you need to figure out. It will most likely be the most stressful and challenging thing you've ever done, and it will be like that consistently every day for a year and a half. So if that's not something you're looking forward to or don't think you can handle, then it's definitely something to consider, knowing what you're getting yourself into, because I can't tell you the amount of times where my friends have reached out from flight school asking me, what the hell did they sign up for? And lastly, flight time. As an Army helicopter pilot, you will not be getting a ton of flight time that you may be if you're flying some other platform in another branch. In Army aviation, we'll average maybe 100 to 130 hours annually. And this is if you're flying a lot. You'll have to also deal with new fiscal year budget cuts, which happen every year. You start flying and then the Army will say, well, we're out of money, stop flying for 3, 4, 5 months, sometimes 6 months, sometimes more. During that time, you'll get very little to no flight time. I'm at 6 years in Army aviation. I'm at 1,000 hours. Recently, I was talking to a Navy helicopter pilot who graduated the same time I did, who has 3,000 hours. So if flight time is what you're looking for, you're not going to get it in Army aviation, but in other branches, you most certainly will. So that is my 5 reasons why you should not be an Army helicopter pilot. And this isn't really reasons you shouldn't do it. This is reasons and things you should consider before signing up for that 10-year commitment that I wish I knew prior to. I would have still made the same decision 100%. But for some people out there knowing this, it might be a deciding factor for you to not want to do something versus wanting to do it. Thanks for watching the video. If you liked it or if you learned something today, leave a comment down there. Let me know what you guys want to see me make more videos on. Subscribe if you want to, like if you want to, but really let me know in the comments of the videos that you guys want to see me make, questions you want to have answered. Let me know and I'll be more than happy to make a video for you.